Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to learn how to set up a Flux network. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Flux and how to use Flux networks. So let's check out the Flux networks and see some of the stuff that it requires. Here is the Flux network blocks that we're going to be making. And then a Flux is pretty cool. You can smelt it. But if we get our flint and steel and get some redstone, this should be enough for right now. Actually, let's just get a stack. There we go. So if you take the flint and steel, and I'm going to light it right here, and if I throw these in there, what did I get? I got the flux. So I think I can throw this whole thing in there and I get them all back. So the fire, if you throw your flux in there, it's probably a lot faster to do it that way than to put it inside of our alloy smelter. So you just throw fire down and throw your item in there. Alright, so we got that done. Next, let's get the flux. Let's get ourselves a Flux Controller. And that requires a few of these flux blocks. And these flux cores requires the Eye of Ender. So this may be something that we want to automate. Just because we're probably going to use a bunch of them. And then to automate, we're going to need, of course, some more patterns. Of course, I don't have the redstone. I do have a bunch of redstone, just not in here. Oh, it's wanting me to get some redstone. There we go. Just throw a bunch of that in there. No sense in keeping it in blocks anymore. Okay, we'll go back to our pattern crafter and craft patterns. We need a whole bunch of them anyways. Alright, so now we have some patterns. Let's get back into the flux. And there's some of the basic things we want to craft, auto-craft. And that is this. I don't know why I put that in there. Maybe it's... I lost my pattern already. Let's there it is. Alright, there's that. Don't throw your pattern back in there, by the way. We need to make the Flux Core, which requires some obsidian and flux. So that one's done. And then that's it. The flux block, I think we just... Did we do the flux block? No. Okay, so the flux block is the next one to do. And the flux block is required for the other things. Alright? And then I want to automate the flux plug and flux point. Let's get that done. And then the flux point. Perfect. And then these storages, of course, we might want to automate them as well, because these will be useful later on for us. And of course, all this crafting is going to require a lot of that flux. So let's see if we got space in here. We barely. Okay, so we're missing something. What do we want to take out of here? Maybe the stuff for the solar panels we don't really need anymore. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need the solar panel. But I do need to expand this, because this is getting pretty packed. This thing's full. Maybe get that out of there. I don't know, we actually need that for stuff. Oh well, we don't need the... What is this? This is for the gargantuan. We don't need that quite yet. We can throw this in here though. Alright, so now that that's done, we can throw our flux in here. And then we can go into making a Flux Controller. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Flux blocks. So let's go ahead and just do this by hand first off. This are the Flux blocks we could go ahead and make. 5. And we're missing ender pearls. So ender pearls, we just need these right here. We get a bunch of ender pearls. Perfect. That should be plenty. And then we can go ahead and craft, what was it, 5 of those? And that should craft up relatively fast. We're going to need a few of these, but we're also going to need flux points. Let's go ahead and craft up these. And then what else was we needing? Because I just want to get this controller up. There we go. There's our controller. And then we're going to need a flux plug and a flux point. So here's our plug. And then flux point. And we're missing the flux. Okay, so redstone. It is. And since this is so easy to make, I love how it looks like stone when you do that. Alright, so next thing is to go back into our flux and get ourselves a flux point. Pretty simple. And then I also may want to make... do we have stuff to make this? 6 basic. I thought I have the basic. Can I not make the basic? So we're missing obsidian and these flux. We'll just make 1 for now. Perfect. Alright, so this is enough to get started showing you how this works. So I can place this anywhere. So what I'm going to do is just place it up here for now. And then the controller, I think I want to place it next to this. I think it can accept, well actually, let's go ahead and move this. I don't have a pick. Let's go ahead and move this. And then to here, I'll just set my network right here. Alright, and the flux plug, I want to go ahead and plug into my generator. Awesome. So let's go into the network, and we're going to go to create network. And let's just name this lava power. So we know what network it is, and then we'll set this to orange, I guess. Maybe we can make it a darker orange. Let's try making it darker. And then increase the... There we go. That looks better. Maybe do 200. That's a better orange. Okay. And then we hit create. We put this, we can put it under private or public. It doesn't matter. When we hit create, I also have these. I was testing it out earlier. So we're under our lava power. If anybody can tell me how to delete these things, just let me know, because I couldn't figure it out. Alright, so we'll go under our home, where we have a few settings. We have send mode, which is default. If we do largest first, it'll send to that one, but I'm going to leave it to default, and receive mode also to default. Transfer mode, no transfer. With this right here, it's not transferring, I don't think, anything. But I'm going to put that to even distribution. And then transmitter mode, if I set this to on, it's going to automatically send power to anything that's around that can if it's on mode, I think anything that's in my inventory will be charged up. If I do hotbar only, it's anything in my hotbar. So I think I'm going to do this to on. And now, when I have power, this should get charged up automatically, hopefully. All right, and we'll go to our Flux Plug. Now, the plug is what you want to plug into the item that's generating power. We'll go to Network Selection and choose the network we want, which is lava power. And then if we look, make sure this is set to even distribution, which it should have been saved. I think. Did this one get to choose? Yeah, I'm under the right setting. But now this, should we go to right here, max send, it's max receive. It's got one plug. The max it can send, we can change that. Because right now it can only send 640 RF, so we might as well change that to 640. So if we go into our settings, where's it at? Right here. We can set this to 640. Because that's the max that this network can send on. Alright. And then everything should be set up as long as we have this selected. And we go here. And this is set to evenly distribute and transmitter mode on. As you can see, our wand got charged up now. Let's go to this one. This is going to be some like storage for us. Let's set that to that network. And as you can see, it is filling up. Network buffer. I don't know why it was going to 101, but it was. So this is generating power, and as you can see, it's the color of our network. So that's another way we can keep an eye on it. And it is storing 256,000 RF. And then there's also a local buffer of that same amount. So this is pretty neat. What I can do now is take this flex point, and I say I want to charge anything in this area, anything in the map that I want to charge. I can just plug this into it and select the network, and it should give it power. So maybe we can create an item. Let's see, Capacitor Bank. I don't know why I keep doing I always spell it wrong. CAP. And let's see, can we make a vibrant capacitor bank? Probably not, because that's a lot. Okay, so if we just want to power anything, so let's say we want to move this away from here. Let's go ahead and move that over here, out of the way. And we'll set a flux point on top of it. If we set this, right now I think this is full. But if we set this to the network power, now it will send only the amount that I told it right here, the 640. It'll only send it over here. But if you had your network set up to more, and say this thing only uses 80 RF a tick, what I'll do is set this to 80. And now it will only receive 80 RF from our network. So yeah. And then I can go ahead and see what it takes to make a, let's see, a logic circuit. I think that's what it's called. One of these things requires it. I know something requires it. There it is. A Z logic requires a zombie head, 2 silicon, and solarium. So let's get some solarium. 2 of that. 2 silicon. And what else was it? Zombie head, redstone. So we'll grab that zombie head and then the redstone piece. And then we'll watch and see if this thing still gets power. Let's see if it fills itself back up. And there it goes. It filled back up. So that is pretty nice. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to click that subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching.